Hey guys, video 2 on evolution, unit 3. Just got a quick picture up here. I'm going to just go over real quick and then talk a little bit about fossils in this video. This diagram here, or picture, shows kind of the eras of our history of the Earth. The Earth's about 4.5 to 4.6 billion years old. Life has been here somewhere around 3.5 billion years. And you can see the Precambrian, which is in pink. The first organisms evolved around 3.5 billion years ago. They were prokaryotic, meaning no nucleus, kind of like bacteria today. Eventually the cells started to develop nuclei somewhere around 2 billion years ago. And then we start to see life start to diversify. All right, what's called the Cambrian explosion into the Paleozoic era. Invertebrates, first vertebrates, plants, amphibs, reptiles. We start to see conifers. There was a big mass extinction at 248 million years ago called the Permian extinction. It was caused by massive volcanoes. We saw a quick change there. After that, the dinosaurs evolved. Flowering plants, mammals, birds, flowering plants became very dominant. Then at the 65 million year ago range, we see the KT extinction, or the Cretaceous Tertiary. And that was from a major asteroid meteor impact in the Gulf of Mexico. And basically superheated the planet. Anything below probably 50 pounds died. All right, wiped out a big amount of organisms, including the dinosaurs. That's the dinosaur extinction. And then after that, the mammals were around, but they were real small at that stage. They started to get bigger, and now we're kind of in the Cenozoic, where the mammals are sort of the dominant group on the Earth, and humans evolved in that period of time, sort of starting around 6 million years ago, but kind of in our form, kind of Homo sapiens, probably more like a couple 100,000 years. So before that, it was certainly looked a bit like us, but certainly not exactly like us. So when we look at fossils, fossils are anything that you find that show organisms from the past. Now, they're usually found in sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rock is rock that sort of floats down through water, compacts, and something that has died in there can become sort of left behind. There's a lot of different types, but that's one of the best ones we can find. It sort of shows the entire body of an organism. Now, fossils can help determine the age of organisms, how long have they been around, and it can show evolution, how have they changed. Like with horses, they were like, you know, the height of a dog at one point. Now, you know, they're taller than a person. So they've kind of changed. Their toes used to be kind of 4 toes. Then they evolved into the hoof. Lots of little changes there, but you can see that in the fossil record. That, you know, is one of the evidences of evolution. Now, we have found sort of 4 patterns to fossils in evolution. From very simple organisms, you know, one cell doing everything themselves, living in the ocean, to more complex, multicellular, you know, lots of organ systems and that. Prokaryotic, no nucleus, the first organisms. Eventually the nucleus came about. Those are eukaryotic. We're a eukaryotic organism. Single cell to multicellular. We saw the rise of oxygen caused by little green organisms, especially in the ocean, like algae, produce a lot of oxygen through photosynthesis. And for cells to start to stick together and work together, they need a protein called collagen, which has a high level of oxygen. So we saw the rise of oxygen lead to multicellular, larger organisms. That was probably the big factor. And oxygen also allows respiration to occur to produce more energy. Big factor. And then lastly, aquatic to terrestrial. We think that the first organisms lived in the oceans. You know, it was kind of like a soupy, primordial soup, they call it. Lots of little one-celled organisms. And then eventually organisms became adapted enough and changed enough to go onto land and survive. Some of them needed to stick real close to water for a long time. Others then evolved where they could go farther away from water, because water is the basis for life. Okay, good luck guys, we'll talk to you soon.